Good morning and welcome to our class. So, in our previous class, we looked at the staff welfare benefits and we saw that it is important to give them some amenities or services so that you make them comfortable and you make sure that they are working in good work environment by also providing them with the rest places, and you can give them also end of year parties by to reward them for the good work they do. So today we continue with our class and we go to collective bargaining, whereby we want to look at how the staff can air out their issues uh, in as they work. So we look at the definition and say that we are trying to reach about compromises when you have conflicting interest. Conflicting interest can be issues that the workers do not agree with as they work. So you come up with how do you discuss it, trying to reach a compromise, like a win-win situation is what you're calling a compromise. So it is carried out mainly by employers and the trade unions for the sake of the employees that they are representing. So we next to go to the industrial relations, whereby we are trying to build a relationship as the employers and the trade unions with the employees of any organizations. So the main purpose is to bridge the gap between the goals that management aim to achieve and the employers, the management of the employers, what they have in place for every organization, and the goals of the employees, trying to bring in a bridge so that they may work hand in hand. That is what we call the industrial relations. So it's important for the following reason. It's so significant because it helps also the government in framing up the laws that we have, ensures that we have minimal disputes in our organizations. We're promoting order by giving people a way of expressing themselves and knowing that they can air their issues wherever there is a need. And we have smooth industrial relations helping us to secure economic progress in the sense that we are able to work to reach our goals and to meet the set objectives. It also helps to establish and maintain true democracy, whereby you give people a chance to say what they have in mind, to air the issues that are facing them in their workplace. So the main objective or the aim of these industrial relations, therefore, is to avoid conflicts, as I said, and to develop harmonious relationship between the workers and their employers, and to also raise productivity because the main goal of every organization is to make profits and to be able to stay afloat in the marketplace. We're also trying to establish and last the growth of democracy, as I said, giving people a chance to air their views. And the main objective also is to eliminate possible strikes. We've seen strikes affecting workers and affecting, like the previous doctor strike and the JSS teachers. It has paralyzed the working of the schools and the public health sector. So we have industrial relations to enable us to eliminate possible strikes. And then we go to employers associations, sorry. So we are talking about organizations that represent employers. We will say the employees association like the trade unions, but we have employers belonging to these organizations or associations. For example, the Kenya Association of Manufacturers, which is CAM, it represents the interest of the employer, and like now in the current finance bill, they were the first people to come out and say no, we don't agree with this because you're making the place of the employer difficult by raising taxes in manufacturing and production of, for example, the pampers for the children. So they are here to represent the interest of the employer who is giving out work or providing jobs to groups of people. So the main function of this association is to represent employers in their collective bargaining when they're coming up to raise issues of interest or conflicts of interest that they have, and also to avoid industrial disputes. So they're coming up with ways, or they are developing machinery or systems to be able to avoid disputes in the industries, and providing information and advice of employees affairs, like saying that uh, raising the taxation of this country means that companies will close down and employees will be rendered jobless. So they also provide information that affect the employee affairs, and then they represent employers on national issues, like I've said, the wage bill, or their budget appropriation, like committee, the suggestions they give. They are there to represent the employers on these issues. Then you have now the trade unions, like I said, protecting the welfare of the staff who are the employees. So it is an association of the workers that aim to promote and protect their interests through collective bargaining, like finding win-win situation or compromises when need arises. So the main function is to demand for higher wages for their members, like we saw the doctors demanding the intern doctors to be paid a good wage or salary, and then they demand for better working condition of their members, like they come out, they say that they don't have to work in such an environment, and they're paid some little amount of money. They want a raise and better working conditions for their staff. They protect them also against unfair dismissal and victimization. Like the way Copet came out and said that the JSS teachers need to be restored back to their work because they didn't have any they didn't do anything wrong while when going to the streets to air their views concerning the way they haven't been given a fair wage. And then we look at the educating their members or their workers on their rights. They have to tell them what is demanded of them, what is required, what is their right when they are victimized in their workplaces, what should they do. And then we have labor turnover, which means we are trying to see what causes people to leave their work, or the number of employees that leave an organization is what we call the turnover within a specified period. People are leaving their jobs for different reasons that we will see. So we have the causes of the labor turnover that can be internal or external. And internal means they are within uh, a person or caused by the individual themselves. Like, for example, affecting them, that is from within. So we have the causes like low wages when you pay them a low income for work they do. We also have unsuitable work conditions or working conditions when people feel that their working condition is not favorable or to their health or to themselves. They may decide to leave a job or where they work for another place. And then we have the inability to perform, whereby they are unable to meet their set targets or objectives, and when there is breach of discipline, when somebody has misbehaved, for example, it makes them to be dismissed from their work. And then you have the external causes that make someone to leave their job, or for companies to lose employees. Like we have the economic factors. These are factors outside the organization. Like we have the economic factors when we have economic issues coming up, like the salary you get is not able to meet your needs, and you have more job options for you. You can always leave the organization you are in and join another one. And then we have the industry trends. Like when we have the lower wages, we have fewer benefits of the nature of the work itself. When the industry is not giving you the benefits that you deserve, or you desire to have, you can leave the job for another one that offers you better benefits. And then we're looking at also the location, whereby we're looking at the job market and the cost of living. You may be living far from the workplace and you spend so much money on transport, so it might make someone to change the cost of living, the job they are doing, because the cost of living has gone high and they cannot manage to meet their bills, so they can automatically leave their jobs. And then we have the job government policies that come in, like parental leave policies. Uh, when you are not allowed some time off for ladies or for men for their paternal leave or maternal leave, you have to seek for a better employer who will look at your needs, will give you some time to spend away to cater for your young ones. Yeah, that's the end of our class, and until next time, have a good day.